Want to share some breaking news that's happening right as we're coming on the air tonight. The Supreme Court ordering a temporary stay of Title 42, that Trump-era public health policy at the southern border, meaning it's basically pressing pause, right? It's probably not going to expire later this week like it was supposed to. The backstory on this, if you're like, wait a second, Hal, Title 42, what are you talking about? So 19 Republican-led states filed this emergency appeal today. It let the government, this policy, right, Title 42, let the government expel migrants and deny asylum during the pandemic. We're also learning that Governor Greg Abbott is sending more than 400 Texas National Guardsmen to El Paso to help with border security, with officials in those cities, like along the border, bracing for a surge of as many as 5,000 new migrants a day. It's December, right? So it's cold. Temperatures in El Paso are dropping below freezing at night, with some finding a warm place to sleep in the airport while they wait. The mayor of El Paso has already declared a state of emergency, but the impacts of the surge are also being felt further north. New York City's Mayor Eric Adams says they're expecting busloads of people this week, which is just not sustainable. Let me bring in Guad Venegas now. Guad, let me start with this temporary stay, right? Timeline is TBD, based on my understanding, until the court can, the court's got to do something else moving forward. This is a significant moment, though, for this policy that has been under so much controversy and has real-world ramifications. Talk us through it.
Hallie, right. It is temporary. And then as we read the information coming in of this decision, Chief Justice also asked the Biden administration to submit a response by tomorrow at 5 p.m. So this will be developing. Now, the story here at the border is, of course, that everyone was expecting for what would happen if that COVID-era policy would be lifted at the border. Now, Title 42 allows officers at the border to expel migrants that enter the United States easier. It's also harder for migrants to go to the port of entry and request asylum. So essentially, it gives more options that make it easier for officers at the border to keep undocumented migrants out of the country. Now, what's happened with the news of the possible end of Title 42 spreading throughout different parts of Mexico and even Central and South America, more migrants understood that there was a change happening at the U.S.-Mexico border that meant it could be easier for them to enter the United States. Hallie, just this morning, I was across the border in Juarez, Mexico. I spoke to some of the migrants that are right at the border who told me, we don't understand exactly what's going to happen in U.S. policy, but we know that something's going to change on Wednesday, so we're going to wait and try to cross then because we think it's going to be easier. So this is the way that migrants understand these changes at the border. What it means is that any change in policy at the border usually makes more migrants arrive, and this is what authorities here had been preparing for. You talked about what's happened here in El Paso. Local authorities here declaring a state of emergency because of this new surge. I mean, you can see the people behind me. This is an area where people had been sleeping in the streets. This is an area where a lot of the asylum seekers have come to ask for food, for clothing, anything that they can use before they continue their journey. Local authorities here in El Paso have been overwhelmed, and you've seen this in different parts of the border with the influx of asylum seekers coming into the United States. Now, what the local authorities here in El Paso said is that through their federal contacts, they had learned that they were expecting an even larger surge after Title 42 would be lifted, and this is what has a lot of Republican states worried. Yet I should say, Hallie, that here in El Paso, local authorities, when they talk about what's happening at the border, they do focus on the humanitarian effort. They say that they want to focus on helping these asylum seekers. They believe that major immigration reform is needed at the border, and they don't focus so much on the end of Title 42, which is something that these Republican-led states are really focusing on. Here in Texas, the governor keeps talking about this Title 42, wanting the policy to remain in place. So it's two different perspectives, although authorities do agree on the fact that there isn't enough resources for the number of asylum seekers that are arriving. The perspectives are different in the approach that they have been taking, Hallie.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.